Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again. I know it's been a while since I've talked to you guys. I've just been so busy, but let's just get on to the topic at hand. Well, last night, as we know, that Nintendo had the Nintendo Direct for the Super Smash Bros. Wii U game that's coming out next month, November 21st. And when they made this announcement that they was going to do a Direct for this game, my body was just ready, but my body wasn't as ready as I thought it was after I seen the entire Direct. Nintendo had really outdid themselves with this Super Smash Brothers. I mean, it's crazy. For starters, like when they announced the 3DS version of Super Smash Brothers, I was like, well, they would have to distinguish themselves with the Wii U version in order to convince people to continue to purchase the console version, even though that of course the Wii U version will be more superior than the handheld version. But if people already have a 3DS and most people don't have a Wii U, people really don't have no incentive, wouldn't have an incentive to really go out there to buy the Wii U version unless you are really a hardcore competitive gamer or a hardcore Nintendo fan in general. So once the 3DS version came out and I realized that it was lacking in certain features and everything, I said, okay, the Wii U version should have or better have features that the 3DS version just don't have at all. And me being a hardcore Smash Bros. Fan anyway, I was going to purchase the Wii U version. I have a Wii U anyway, so I was going to get it regardless. And then then the rumors that was coming out that Nintendo had that was going around about DLC characters and how you have to connect the 3DS version with the Wii U version or unlock DLC characters. So all that stuff was just buzzing around, and it wasn't really like confirmed as of that point. Well, anyway, back to the Direct. They came out with full stop with a lot of features for the Wii U version of Super Smash Brothers. And the thing that really got me was when they zoomed the camera in and it said, the announcer said, which I thought it was cool. They had the actual announcer from the game, the announcer characters. When he came out and said, "That's right, 5-player Smash." Now, I was already saying to myself when the last Direct, the 30-minute Direct they had last year, when they had the Balls characters and they had like the extra player marker on the Balls characters, I'm like, wow, could this be hinting at a possible 5-player or whatever? Because you have the gamepad and everything, or wireless controllers. So I was already speculating that, but I wasn't ready or prepared when the announcer said 6 players, and then from 6 players to full out 8 players. And now that I think about it, that pit stage was kind of huge for 4 players. And now it makes sense now that these huge stage, can hold up to 8 players, and they have stages specifically for 8 players. And I'm just going to say that it's going to be chaotic. I mean, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be fun. Everybody's going to, it's just going to be just ridiculous. And just imagine like people having clan battles or whatever you want to call it, for like 8-player Smash. It's just ridiculous. And as I'm concerned, I most likely will try 8-player, but we'll probably keep it to 5 or 6 players, because I mean it's going to be crazy, and I can't wait for it. Also, the Wii U version starts off with a bigger roster of characters, 40 characters. So that's another thing as well. You coming out the box with a good amount of characters, with some characters you have to unlock. Well, and it doesn't really make a difference for me because I have all the characters on the 3DS version, and I like the fact that you can transfer a lot of your information over from the 3DS version to the Wii U version. So on to the stages. I was looking at the stage selection from the picture from the music select, because yes, they have a huge selection of music, but I'll get to that in a second. But I was looking at the picture of the the music select, and I was looking at the stages. They have a nice amount of stages. The only thing that really bugs me out a lot is that they brought back a lot of brawl stages, which is not a problem, but I would love to see more Wii U exclusive stages. But that's just me. As far as like competitiveness, it looked like with this version of Super Smash Bros. Wii U, it seemed like Sakurai had just took and just said that, you know what, if you want to play competitively, just all Final Destination stages, because as I'm looking at the neutral version of the stages, most of these stages are not competitive, which I don't really care, because I love Smash Brothers in general. But I can see that some of the competitive players would like to have some of the platforms and everything like that, because these stages look so chaotic, but they look fun at the same time. So I can't wait to get my hands on some of these stages to play, with my friends and family. It just looked downright sick and just looked ridiculous, especially the double plane stage from the Donkey Kong Country Wii U stage. It looks crazy. When it said double plane, I seen the background. I already knew what they were talking about. When moment said double plane and he just showed a glimpse of the stage at first, I said no, they better not. You can play in the background. You can play in the background while the others are playing in the foreground. This is sick. This is ridiculous for no reason. I am so hyped. My body can't even contain the hype right about now. This is you getting more bang for your buck with this version. Seriously getting more bang for your buck with this one. And then onto the music. When I look at the music selection is going to be out of control for the Wii U version. And now that I think about it too, the reason why the 3DS version seems so bare bone compared to the Wii U version is not because the developers were lazy. If you think about it, recently I was looking at the IGN comparison of the new 3DS that's coming out with the current 3DS that we have now, and the game Super Smash Bros. Runs so fast and it loads so fast on the new 3DS because of the processing, the processor, the speed that it has. And you can tell that with the Super Smash Bros. 3DS, Sakurai and his team and Namco Bandai have used so much of the 3DS resources to make the game run the way it runs. That's why the load times are pretty slow, and sometimes when you hit the home button, it takes a while for the menu and everything to show up. So I see why that the 3DS version seems so bare bones and seems so minimum, for the simple fact that they use so much of the Nintendo 3DS power to get the game to run the way it runs. So I give them that leeway for that. The reason why they couldn't really put that much into the 3DS version. But as far as the music is concerned for the Wii U version, man, the soundtrack list seems like it's going to be crazy, especially when they showed the bar of how much music is going to be there. And I just can't wait. And then we have, of course, the other features, coin battles, stock battles, the extra battles where you make the characters big, small, add special effects to them and stuff like that. So, I mean, I never really mess with coin battles and those special features in any of the Smash Brothers, so I really don't care too much for that. But I like that they played smart with this version for the Wii U, is for the fact is that you have casual players out there. You have people who just don't want to play stock battles and everything like that. They have extra features, like lets you could play together and and co-op with your best friends and family and stuff. Like the home run, you can play competitively with the home run up to 4 players. Then you can play multi-man melee, 4 players. The multi-man, that is sick. Multi-man with 4 players. That is just crazy. And then after multi-man, you have the target thing that you can do with the bomb and stuff like that. So it's so many features out there. And then excuse me again. And then you have the what mode is that? The Smash Tour. Since the 3DS version has the Smash Run, we have Smash Tour for the Wii U version, which looks interesting. I like the concept that it has. You have your Miis, which represents you, and you move around the board and you collect different power-ups. When you collect the power-ups, you face different Smash Brothers characters. When you beat those characters, you can recruit those characters to your side. And then if you play against other human players, you could defeat them and you could take their characters from them. So by the time that the Smash Tour is over and you play the final battle, your stock represents the characters that you have recruited, which this is fun. and I didn't catch if it's online or not, but it looks like it's online. It looks like it's going to be online anyway, and that'd be smart to have it online. So the Smash Tour looks good. Then you have the classic mode, which is different from the classic mode on the 3DS version, and you can play it in co-op with your friends and family. And I like the way where you have to move around the trophy board and play different challenges and everything. Now, yeah, speaking of challenges, then you have event mode. Event mode is back, and I like how they did like a tree, like in MMOs where you move along, you beat one challenge, and another tree come out with other events. So it seems like this thing is packed with a ton of single player and co-op features, besides playing competitively against your friends. So it's just so much there. And then we have controller setups. You have 8 different controller setups. Let me see. You have GameCube, you have the Wii Remote, then you have Wii Remote and Nunchuck, then you have the gamepad, then you have the classic controller, you have the classic controller Pro, then you have the Pro controller for the Pro controller Wii U version, and then you have your 3DS. So people who always been playing on the Nintendo 3DS and never purchased the Wii U and is so used to playing on the Nintendo 3DS can now use that as a controller, so they can just slide right in and feel right at home with the Nintendo 3DS as a controller. So now we have a bunch of different options that's available for different play styles for people to enjoy. So like in my case, of course, I reserved my copy, so I'm gonna have the GameCube adapter and everything. But the game controller is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to use the Pro controller as well, because now I'm starting to since I'm getting used to how the 3DS version plays and where the button layout's at, which is similar to the Pro controller. So I'm definitely gonna give the Pro controller a chance as my secondary control option, especially when I have a bunch of friends over, and and they're not used to the other control styles. And I'll let them use the GameCube while I use my Pro controller. So that's good that Nintendo gave us that option. And then another thing is too, you can register your 3DS version of the game to Club Nintendo along with the Wii U version, so you get a nice healthy soundtrack of the 3DS and the Wii U version of Super Smash Brothers. And then you have the trophy hoard, where you collect a bunch of themed trophies and stuff like that. So this whole package is just straight up ridiculous. And then the Crazy Hand. You have a Crazy Hand order. You have the Crazy Hand and Master Hand, and what they do is they throw different challenges, and you have to buy the different tickets and everything, and you take them into different orders. If you pick the different orders, they give you better rewards and everything. And then at the end, you could choose whether or not you want to face Crazy Hand or Master Hand. And then, speaking of Master Hand, in classic mode, when you fight Master Hand, and then when Master Hand has the Master Core and it turns into different shapes, well, in the Wii U version, like the Master Core turns into a stage itself, and you have to go inside of him and defeat his core and everything. Like this, oh my god, like I'm just lost for words. And they brought, of course, the clear movies. When you beat the game with a character, you get the different movies and stuff, so you get to collect the different movies when you beat the game, which that's good. They brought that back. Yeah, it's just wow, like this is crazy. Oh yeah, that's right, All-Star mode. Then you have All-Star mode, which is, which I like All-Star mode. I love going through All-Star mode, and this version they did it differently, because in the 3DS version you play in order from the old school characters all the way up to the new school characters. This time you're going from new school and you're going back to face the old school characters, which is pretty interesting. Then you can play co-op, and I love the scenery with the water, the Coliseum, and they have the trophies and everything that's sitting in the background from the ones that you defeated already. Oh man. And I think the one that really takes the cake is the bosses. The bosses, this is what I'm talking about. The stages are so chaotic in this version, and I mean, a lot of competitive players may get mad at this, but I think this is something that Smash Brothers needed to to freshen things up, because I mean, I'm gonna like Smash regardless. They can make a new Smash Brothers, just put different characters and put different stages, and I could be content with it because the gameplay is there. It's all about the gameplay. And with this new game, they wanted to freshen it up, and you can tell that the Wii U is pretty powerful, is a pretty powerful console, because you can tell that Sakurai and Namco Bandai really wanted to show off what they can do with it by adding in 8 players, and now they threw bosses in some of the stages, which I think is pretty cool. You know, I know it can be annoying to some people and everything, but I think this is a fresh breath of air that Smash Bros. Needed to, you know, to freshen things up, instead of being just a new Smash Bros. With just added characters and new stages. So they added the bosses in there, especially the Gyra Plains, where you can where Metalface shows up from Xenoblade. He shows up at night and he goes around start tagging. So while you're playing, you have to watch out for Metalface, and then you can actually kill him like an actual like a boss in a video game. Like, this is just crazy. And then they had the crab thing that's in the Pikmin 3 stage, which I have Pikmin 3, by the way. I just opened it, so I haven't ran across that crab. But you could tell that's a boss right there too. But I think the thing that bothers, that messed a lot of people up the most, is the fact that Ridley is a boss character. He's a boss. I mean, last year at the 30-minute direct that they had last time, Sakurai did troll and tease that Ridley's going to appear as a boss, but people, especially me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a Ridley fan, and I can care less if Ridley's in the game. But I even like been accused, or I was wrong for the fact to looking so deep into thinking that maybe that Sakurai's trolling that Ridley is going to be an actual character, because the way his shadow was, you know, wasn't moving like a NPC, was more so moving around like he's playable. And I read too much into it, because, you know, I still look at the realm of possibilities. You know, I still look at the realm of possibilities. And then you look at the leak list that still talked about, you know, Ridley being a playable character. So the fans, I know the Ridley fans are disappointed, but hey, he's a boss character, and I think he's awesome. I mean, the thing is, my opinion is that making Ridley a small character defeats the purpose of who Ridley is. Yes, Ridley was small in previous other games, Metroid games, but look at the scope of those games. Look at the NES. You didn't really see a lot of big, huge models in the NES games back in the day. They weren't as huge, you know. And then if you look at the Super NES, look at Ridley during that time. Like even though Kraid was pretty huge or whatever, that was just, look at the scope of the games. Yes, Bowser was small at one point in the Mario Brothers game, but you have to look at it that way. I think the purpose of Ridley was to make him menacing. He was just that menacing type of character in Smash Bros. Who didn't really didn't have any personality. Like, he didn't talk, he didn't really say much or whatever like that. He was just a menacing beast that you just had to take out. And I think making him small, I mean, you can flame me, you can say whatever you want, but making him small kind of take that edge of what makes Ridley that menacing boss. And it fits him well in the Pyrosphere stage, that he runs around, he claws at you and stuff. And I mean, look, he has his own icon. Like, when you fight him, he actually joins your side. Like, what more can you ask for? Yeah, he's not a character, but he has far more of a better spot than some of these characters who didn't make it in the game, like Chrom. Chrom is only seen at the victory screen. Chrom is also shown in the final Smash, and that's all that Chrom have, and Chrom fans are upset. But look at Ridley. Ridley can fight along your side if you beat him up enough. You can also kill him. He can also kill players, and he gets you points. And he also has his own icon. What more can you ask for? Like, and he can grab the ledge. Like, what more can you ask for? So, you know, that's pretty much my opinion about that. And then the top things off, they showed a trailer of Bowser Jr., which we expected. You know, we've seen it before in the 3DS version. But I love the trailer, because if you think about it, the trailer is a continuation of the last trailer when Mega Man showed up. So they continued it all. Bowser Jr. showed up in the fight, and then they showed the Koopalings after that, which I love the presentation. I think Nintendo nails the presentations when they reveal these characters. And a lot of people were expecting the Duck Hunt, because the picture of the day that Sakurai had showed was a cinematic scene of the reveal trailer of Duck Hunt, and then he tricked everybody by instead revealing Bowser Jr., which I believe that eventually there's going to be more characters, because at the end of that they showed Mewtwo, and Mewtwo is going to be a DLC character. And this pretty much confirms that yes, we should expect some DLC content eventually, some more DLC content, and we should expect some more patches and updates and maybe some tweaks to to Smash Brothers. So yeah, we got Mewtwo, which is coming out, which he's going to be coming out spring of 2015, and then if you have in order to unlock them, you need the Wii U and the 3DS version. Now, I know some people were upset. Well, they're trying to get people's money. But hey, Nintendo been doing this with Pokemons by getting the different versions. But come on, best believe Nintendo is not going to sit there and just to force you to buy the 3DS version and the Wii U version just to get Mewtwo. Best believe that you could be able to purchase him separately after they do this time exclusive thing with the 3DS and the Wii U version. And this is just, I guess, for Nintendo nodding their head at the dedicated hardcore Smash Brothers fanatics out there who spent the time to purchase their console and to purchase the 3DS version. So this is a nod to them, and it makes sense to make Mewtwo free for having both versions because you bought both versions. So I couldn't see you buying both versions and then going out and you have to pay for DLC characters. Now, I know in the near future, Mewtwo's going to be purchasable. If he's not going to be purchasable, he's going to eventually be free for the entire public, for those who haven't bought the 3DS version. But Nintendo, at the end of the day, they're a company, and they trying to make their money. So they're going to make their money by having people to get that incentive for buying the both versions of the Smash Brothers for 3DS and the Wii U. So that's my opinion on that. And then I guess I can close it off with the last feature, which I should have been said was the no, actually two more features. Oh, the codex. If you play the Palutena stage and you use Kid Icarus, which Pit, of course, Palutena will give you some pointers and some tips on the characters that you're facing. And then you have Fire Emblem characters that make some appearance, but that's just said, they said cameos, so it might be cameos to other characters besides Fire Emblem characters. So who knows about that? And then the Star Fox stage, oh my god, it looks beautiful. It looks really, really beautiful, and you can do the codex from that as well. And then the last feature is the tournament, the tourney feature, which you can host your own tournaments, which I think is pretty cool. As now I'm a member of Smashboards, and Smashboards use Challenge Log or whatever that website is, where you can host your tournaments there. I think it's even more cool for the fact that now you can host your own tournaments. From the screenshots and from the videos, it had 30 participants, which most likely you have up to 64 participants. But now you can do everything from your Wii U. You could do everything online right there. So I think it'll make things a lot easier, and then you can spectate each and every last one of those tournament matches, which I think is pretty cool as well. And then you have the 64 man tournament, which they brought back from Melee and then from the other one. So there's a whole package there. I can't see anybody should complain about what Nintendo have done with this game. There's everything you could possibly have. If you don't want to get Mewtwo, that's fine, but you still have a package of everything set before you. Like, this is the biggest Smash Brothers game ever, and I'm excited for it. And when I thought my body was ready, it wasn't ready enough because I couldn't even contain the hype. When my brother DX Strike came in and I showed him the 8-player Smash Brothers, he just lost his mind. He just flipped it. He lost his mind. Like, Nintendo know how to hype, and I give Nintendo that. If Nintendo don't do anything else right, they know how to hype the crowd up. They know how to hype the fans up. So if you guys are getting the Wii U version, make sure to add me. My Nintendo network ID is, of course, is MugenLord, so make sure to catch me there. Also, you can add me to the Nintendo 3DS version, so we can play some free-for-all, play some one-on-ones. But I like free-for-alls because I like to play with everybody, especially with my subscribers, and I want to play with my subscribers more often. So make sure to hit me up on the 3DS version at all. So that about wraps everything up. This is MugenLord signing off.